the green and tan pants, they go hella nice together. But you know, like the Zelda gamer fit, low key. Y'all see the vision? That said though, I would rock that. Want to make it big screen? I mean, not right now. Wait, they got Moogle sleeves. Okay, yeah, I actually do want to go big screen for this. Oh, they got the full Final Fantasy setup. That's kind of sick. I would flame for having 3 mats and still having to use like a starter deck memory counter, but so I'm gonna unthingy it for now. And looks like I'm gonna open up with Rookie. And who's gonna be the tamer? We're gonna get the man of the hour, the captain, the teacher, Taiki Kudo. To open up. I'm gonna do draw hatch. That? I mean, it has to be Digimon. Like, there's no way that that is a Demi-Meramon that I'm looking at. The glare just makes it really hard to see. Yeah. It's really funny because I was going to say they're probably doing it so you're both keeping track of the memory. Oh my gosh. He opened no Rookie and can't. Oh, it's not looking good. Gang, it's not looking good. We're going to Taiki load Poir because you don't need the Digivolve right now. And then we're going to go Gumdramon, the Destiny draw. And we've given up on having to play mats. Thank you. All right. Hit security. So we are going to draw 1 on delete and get the save. Thank you for doing it in the correct order. I love when players don't introduce new and interesting ways to throw effect. We're going to cross up here. Oh, did you cross? Actually, kind of a slow hand. So we're going to load the Arresta Superior in order to draw 1. I think we're digging for a 4 that's better. But, I mean, you're not really in a position to worry about this. Lormed genuinely has opened nothing. And I think maybe you open past this turn if you can't boost. And you go from there. Because the problem I have... That's an on-play? I forgot it was an on-play. The problem I have here is... You are playing against the deck that does have Megidramon Superior mode. The one thing that you could maybe count as a positive is we haven't seen... any other tamers, but the new Megidramon Superior mode does get massive and has raid. So the thing that you could be concerned about is that you don't have as much safety. Like, you can just get raided over. Ew, Agunimon. Yeah, the hero Agunimon is a 2-cost Evo. I don't think it's going to do anything too crazy. Kind of early to be revealing that as a hand, especially when you're in a position where you're probably not losing. But just gets to load up a source, which is going to be the plus 2k, which is pretty neat. So Solomon's actually in a really, really good position. I'm going to swing. Yeah, he's huge here. And then gets to evolve into Arresta Superior. Yeah, just lets it through. I think he was considering going into Arresta Superior mode, which actually would have beaten over the Megidramon. But ultimately willing to just let that stack go. And then, honestly, low-key, I would probably actually try and go Arresta Superior mode off the... Yeah, I think we're just reading the Taiki. It's been a while since people have seen Hunter's cards. So it's probably that. Ooh, do draw into the Uamano. Oh, and it does get to play... Is it the same as Shoutmon King version? New Arrestramon is on play when Digivolve, play 1 Tamer card with Hunter Hero. Yep, that will play the Uamano. So drew it off the top, then gets to play it. And then we get to swing, draw 2, and then hits a Gramon, so it does live. I kind of thought we were going to try and see him go Arrest the Superior to get the Megidramon underneath the Analog Youth, which would probably be close. Or you go into this Arrest the Superior, which can attack without suspending. We're technically doing this a little bit wrong. So the Uemano is the same as the other Taikis. It is a Rothed as well. So even though it says plus 2k, it's actually gain a memory for its start of main. But the main thing is you're reducing the Evo cost. So it can swing Raid here, which we're going to swing at security and then draw 1 off the new inherit. And then are you going to raid? You really should raid here. You're going to lose your entire stack, but you lose it next turn anyway if this Megidra makes it back to him. So personally, I would have preferred to see him just trade the stack. You have a rookie in the back and, you know, you are hunted. Okay, I like that way less. It's possible I'm just seeing something incorrect, but the way personally I would have preferred to see that is go keep a rookie so that way you can digicross and then make a Arrester over that for rush. But that said, oh, it's a really weird place to be in. Fine to get a rookie. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're just going to try and drop a Gallant. You will still get save, and you'll have cross up. So maybe you actually still can do Psychmon. Oh, Psychmon bring the Arrestadramon back out from saving. Okay, yeah, that does work. And he has to clear the Arrester because he's on 1 security, so he does have to try and cut it down. So you do actually have to Grav Crush here. Or you just scoop. You're not going to show too much. I mean, it's Megidramon, but like, I couldn't really tell if Solomon has a huge amount of Megidramon practice just based on the lines he was taking. The lines ultimately are going to work out fine. So yeah, it's really, I mean, really clean game 1. A couple of things that maybe different players would do differently. But I mean, we said it in round 1 and say it again. Doesn't matter how good you are as a player. If you open no rookie, you kind of lose the game. Unless, of course, you're playing Royal Knights, in which case Lamal. But, you know, if you're trying to play Digimon and Digivolve and you open no rookie, you do lose 75% of the games you open no rookie. So, unfortunate there from Lawmed. Megidramon is known to brick every so often. It's usually once a run. You'll just have the game where you open nothing and you do just kind of watch your opponent win the game. The one benefit of not scooping until just then means that we do get to see more of Solomon's deck. That is one like saving grace, I guess, for Lawmed here is you got to see more cards. You got to pick up and read a lot more of the cards so you can try and understand how the line works. I'm going to open up with Psychmon once again. And the Taiki. Rookie. You love to see it. Rejoice. We might actually get a game. I wouldn't mind a slammed Graumon here, but we're going to see slammed... Ooh, red memory boost. What? Oh, we're on red memory boost and red training. Interesting. I wonder if that's because he doesn't have the purple stuff, or maybe he has shinier versions of the red stuff and wants to flex those. Or maybe this is a London moment where even the good players do have some questionable decisions in deck building. Yeah, I'm not really sure why we have the red boost because admittedly, last game, he didn't open boost or training either, but if you're sitting on red and purple mem boost and training, well, if you're sitting on red boost, red training, and you're sitting there with your purple egg and you're just sitting there bricking, you feel pretty stupid. But they are really pretty. The Guilmon boosts in a Guilmon deck do look really nice. I'm going to draw one because we have save in text, and we do have jamming, Clap, but it's not going to matter, as we're going to see the Uther today. Whoa, child on child violence. Going to add the only target, and that's 2 analog youths dead. As far as things go, this has been the low rolls of all time for Lawmed. Like, analog killing 2 analogs out of security as well, so it's not like there's anything he could have done to, like, do his actions differently, is vile. I mean, technically, he accelerated off the boost and the Geomon X, so, like, you know, unfortunate timing. Gonna swing jamming, and we are gonna hit a hammer spot in security, so the Jack Raid gain 2 memory is gonna give us a reasonable amount to play with. Chat, there's no way he's dead, right? Gilmon turns to Gilmon X for 0, so we're gonna check top 3, and then this is gonna be, we're gonna add the Gallantmon, not, yeah, that's the BT21 Gallantmon, it's the Altar, the Secret Gallant. Gonna add that to hand, and then we're gonna bot deck the Grav Crush and things. So that's another extender that's kind of disappearing. Cracking the boost really early. Gilmon for 2. Gilmon, attempt to delete, nothing to delete, mill 2. So we're going to use the training and a Grav Crush. All right, so we've seen 2 Grav Crushes. We've seen 2 analog use. So he's not... We're not going to be catch-up gaming, that's for sure. Like, we're missing a lot of the gas, but we'll see what he's got. No Digimon I designed setup either. But we're going to go red scramble. Yeah, he must just want to be resolving the red stuff. That's so weird to me. This deck is a purple... Like, obviously, you know, if you're playing the game, it's fine. It's just if you open no rookie like you did game 1 and you open rookies but no rookie but boost, you feel like an idiot. Either way, red technically does find more cards. Like, it finds the Gallantmons, and the red trainings find Grav Crush. So I guess that's probably the reasoning behind it. More so than just, hey, I have shiny versions. The actual correct, like, oh, this is why I've done it this way, is because you find your option cards and your tech cards. We are going to turn a Megidramon into what the hell? Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh my goodness gracious me. That's insanity. Hunters always have the toolbox. Gun to my head, would not have seen that coming. When he was like, all right, he's threatening the ace, I was going, what red aces is he going... What red aces is he going to clear? That said, though, we are still sitting on 1 float. Which is kind of... It's kind of worrying, actually. We need to figure out how many cards in trash we're going to have after this. Because he's going to want to float into... He's going to want to float into a Rush Gilmon so he can get rid of it. So then he can make Secret Gallant to clear the stack. But that's super clean. We're going to add back with the Digimon. And then we're going to have everything disappear. And then are we going to float? The correct answer is no. But we're going to float into the Rush Gilmon. Why are we floating into the Rush Gilmon? We've just taken Secret Gallant offline by doing it this way. Do we have a second 4? If we have a second 4, then maybe you can just use it to aggressively mill. But I really did not like the float into the Gilmon. I would have liked to keep that separate so you can do the Gallant. 14 cards in trash. Crush? Okay, I think we're just going to try and do what we can then. This doesn't have Rush. So, like, we're not making anything of it. Mill 2. There goes Promo Gallant. There should be 15 cards. And then you go Gil X over that. 1. Oh, okay. He's reading the Promo Gallant. It is slightly different to Secret Gallant, but it's still something of note. I feel like you have to commit the Growl X over this so you can stay sticky. Like, you've already committed to being on board, so I think you have to go Growl X here. So that way, if / when something bad happens to you, you're going to get some extra value. So this will be draw 1, trash. Ooh, another piece of ketchup. Another sachet. As a reminder, whatever we pass here, we're losing 2. So you actually can't pass too much because they can play from thin air. But you don't crush again. Like, you accept. You do not crush again. There's no way you crush again. There's no way this has rush, right? Do we have 20 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, we don't have 18, so it can't attack. This is why I thought the float was kind of troll. And yeah, we're just going to pass 2 and then end of turn lose 2. I like that he keeps the Grav Crush on board. So, I mean, we're on 19. We're on 19. But at the time the Guilmon came down, I think we'd milled 2 and then we drew 1 trash one. So we put 3 extra cards. This could have been not wraps. I mean, okay, yeah, it's still wraps, but like this could have been a lot better if he'd not floated and just committed the Secret Gallant. Yeah, it costs a lot, but you would have got an Overflow 4 back. Darkdramon's crazy. I'm actually kind of surprised that we didn't see Darkdramon in a lot of that Dark Master spam toolbox that we saw. Because I know, you know, people have been asking for that list. Hopefully you'll get it soon. But I'm kind of surprised that Darkdramon Ace hasn't shown up in that. Seems kind of strange, actually, for it to not have done so. Looks like we're going to go... Dracmon's an interesting one, because Dracmon is return Tamers to hand. And Digicross, you're just going to send back a duplicate Taiki. And that gets a singular draw. Swing when attacking. It's offense training. And because you sent the Taiki back, it means that your King version isn't getting anything extra. I'm kind of confused. Yeah, neither does the Arrester. I'm kind of confused as to why we sent back our only Tamer. If you had a surplus of Tamers, I get it. But like, why did we not do it? I also, they're technically ordering this in a weird situation. Oh, there was a Tagaru? Okay. No, that was just hidden somewhere. It's also interesting they prioritize the Arrester over the King version. Like, neither one seems particularly better than the other, like, off rip. Because they both have... Yeah, they both have double save, so I guess it actually doesn't matter. Choke to 1. Famously, though, Megidramon can play from this position. Please unsuspend your Analog Youth. Any Analog Youth unsuspenders? Thank you. All right, so we missed Scramble. Okay, we're just going to try and kill him. The fact that the Hunters player didn't set up a kill from this position is kind of unfortunate. We're going to draw 1 trash 1, of course. I'm kind of shocked that we committed the Grav Crush now. Normally, the Megidramon players Grav Crush at the end to be like, haha, you didn't see this coming. Unmapped memory. Yippee. But this is just going to be Arrestedramon, not Arrestedramon Superior Mode. So we're going to get the Mill 2 off the War Growl. And then this is going to be turning into Megidramon. Swing when attacking. Warp for 2 because we've got 20 cards in trash. Still no cards in trash on the side of Hunters, by the way. Oh, and we're on that Growlmon to gain sec +1. So this is 3 checks. This is 3 checks because he went for the explosion, and the Graumon was going to get exploded anyway. That's such a cute way of doing this. We are going to hit cross up in security as the 3rd check. I just need to... Cross up is insecurity. You may play 1 card with save with a play cost of 5 or less from your hand, or trash, then add this card to hand. So we're going to get the Gumdramon out, which is then going to get the Destiny draw, pitch 1 to draw 2, and then cross up goes to hand. And then this is now going to be a full board of bodies, and then we're going to explode everything. So that poor Gumdramon, he showed up just to immediately get cooked. We are going to get to save, and then the Gumdramon also saves. Oh, the Gumdramon doesn't save. Interesting. How's the Gumdramon not save? Yeah, this is on delete save, so it can save if you want to. I guess he chose not to. Which is weird. You'd think that you would want to save to try and reduce the number of cards in both players' trashes. It is kind of strange. Maybe it won't matter. But look how much memory we have now, man. Now we actually are floating into Rush Gill. And this is float into... Oh, okay, yeah, we're just going to scoop. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Game 3. So, a bit wonky. Honestly, I kind of am sad that Solomon wasn't able to push his advantage more. You think after getting the, like, catching the Megidramon kind of, like, unexpected, that's your time to be like, hey, sorry you bricked game 1, but I've practiced the matchup. I've teched for this matchup. You weren't ready for this. Die. But again, these sorts of things just kind of slipping through the cracks. Was able to showcase a cool tech, but wasn't really able to push his advantage off of it. So ultimately lets Megidramon back into the game. Obviously, he did draw Grav Crush again, but he was given the opportunity to dig for it. And also, let's not pretend that Lawmed was just getting like the craziest draws of all time when his analog out of security killed 2 more of his analogs. Hitting a training in security was nice because it meant that he didn't have to go as much. So I think honestly he could have done all of that without revealing the Grav Crush. I think he just put it down there as like a I'm gonna do it. You know what? He tried to do it the most ethical way. That is why he, you know, he is the law / medicine. He's trying to show you your rights. You know, he's reading you your Miranda rights. You have the right to gain 2 memories should this game end. Just gonna see Gumdramon plus Uamano. So not gonna be going as plus in hand this time, but we will get to squeeze extra memory out of it. Opening with the B-lister this time, we've got Heal X, but we'll take a B-lister over no one showing up at all. And pretty early gonna go up into the 4. Kind of ugly the way we've done this, but we're just gonna make 3, 4, 5 in the back. Something that you generally hate to see, but I mean, he's not gonna be playing on board, so it does make sense. Start of main, load to gain a memory. Looks like we're gonna stay in the back. And we're going to Gumdramon, pitch the Arrester to draw 2. Going to draw a second Gumdramon, and we do get another Taiki, so this is going to be evolve into Arrester here. Load up the Arrester underneath to reduce the cost, which means we get 1 cost Evo into Arrester, and we get to play a Taiki off of that. So we're in a good position Hunters-wise. I'm assuming we do have the Megidramon. I think I can see it. 3rd card on the left. It's not great, but it is 2 checks. It is 2 checks, and you do get to kind of play the game a little bit. Yeah, so we are going to push out, and then we're going to turn into Megidramon, paying the full cost. This will be a full cost Evo attack step. So I think we're just confirming whether we have raid or not. I don't think we do. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 checks at security. Ooh, memory setter. Not that it does anything. Really, it's just another color and thingy to deal with. But this is going to be, again, we're technically doing a lot of these things wrong on the hunter's side. Oh, and then end of attack. We're going to burn 1, gain 1. Okay, so the memory setter does actually matter. We're technically doing some of these things in the wrong order as the hunter's player, but the intent is there. So it really depends on how harsh you want to be as a judge, because it's place 1 with save, then save. So if you're placing him first, that's incorrect. Unless you're targeting him as the thing with save. So yeah, like, just gotta be careful. Use the Tigeroo to save from hand to draw 1, game 1. The Uamano is going to be the last to go, as we're going to load a cross heart with the Taiki to draw 1, game 1. And then do you want to load a rookie in order to gain 1? How much memory do you need this turn? Looks like we don't need any extra. So we're going to go for the Digivolution. This time we're actually going to take the 2 sources out. Each of these tamers can use from other tamers should they so choose. This will be a 0 cost Evo into the Shoutmon King version, and we do get the Taiki out from here. And interestingly enough, we did draw the Watchmaker, and he chooses to go for the Taiki over the Watchmaker. I think, well, I mean, to be fair, yeah, you can just play the Watchmaker. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to lose out on the tech option of the Darksphere. Yes, we're just reading the Watchmaker. He's an actual on-play searcher. And then the Tigeroo, as we've just seen, is the memory setter, and then also start a main draw 1, game 1. He does a lot. Now, we still have 2 things of reduction, so each of these arresters can do a lot of damage. Going to suspend the Watchmaker to give it to the King version. And then, of course, because it has the King version underneath, it does have save. Actually, choosing to just swing it raw is kind of crazy. We don't have jamming there. I think he was expecting some of these pieces to end up back under his tamers, which has kind of thrown him off. That said, Megidramon's not really in a position to punish, so you can probably commit the clock to this one. You could, of course, Digicross if you wanted to just pass him 2 and pass him quite a low amount of memory. But this works too. Speaking of passing a low amount of memory, Digicross the Psychmon and then add back the Omni Shout from underneath the Tamer. Does mean we're not going to be putting him on a boatload of damage, but this is staring at Arrestor S for game next turn. Obviously, you're going to get to make very, very few actions here. So you're going to probably be looking at Rookie in the back, boost, and then you're just going to have to pray. Like, it's kind of out of your hands in this situation. So I think the best line of action is, I mean, yeah, rookie, and then you kind of just have to end on boost. If he ends on boost, it means even if he gets choked to 1 next turn, he has potentially 3 memory to play with. He has a Grav Crush, so that's something that he can't possibly know. So does get to pick up the Secret Gallant if he wants to here. Oh, Promo Gallant even. So yeah, we're going to Promo Gallant off the red boost. That's not something you could do with purple. And it was always out of your hands from this situation. If he draws Arrestor Superior, you lose the game. That is is what it is. All right, so we're going to load a Watchmaker to draw 1, game 1. We've got potentially 3 draws. It is cross heart tag, so that's going to be another draw. You can load another save in tech to... You can load another save in text, but we're going to actually use you to gain a memory. I'm just kind of surprised he didn't load the Taiki. I thought for sure he was... Oh, jamming 2 checks on the Psychomon. That's cute. Hit the Megidramon. Swing, draw. It lives. And do we have the memory to go... Uemano? We have a hybrid. Fair enough. Yeah, that'll do it. So it was kind of out of Lawmed's hands. It was basically, did Solomon get it? Megidramon not really known to, you know, play bombs and does occasionally brick. So unfortunate that game 1 was a non-game. But when you make a deal with Digimon's Devil, it's sometimes does just come back to bite you. Really, really unfortunate there for that game 1. But still, games 2 and 3 were really fun to watch. A little bit cleaner than what we saw before. I would love to know Lawmed's thoughts on like why we're on red booster for purple. Obviously, we did get to see it pick up stuff like that Gallantmon. But yeah, Hunter's really, really cool toolbox as always. Always a deck that you have to watch out for. Has already claimed some names as we finish round 3. I believe they're 3-0. So just shows that the deck definitely has legs and tools. Yeah, we're going to be going to a break after this one. So this is a good opportunity for people to go get some water,